It did start as a short film. I think you intended it probably as a feature first, but how did you wind up making it as a short then?
I first wrote it as a feature film, and I was attending NYU's graduate film program at the time and needed a thesis for me to graduate. So we took the first act from the feature, the first 30 pages, and tweaked it and shot it as a short film. And in the short, we focused more on the friendship between Alike and the character Laura. And the short film, as it made its way along the festival circuit, it got the attention of the Sundance Institute, and it started to get attention for the film. So it really acted as a selling piece and a showpiece to get people interested in the feature-length piece. And from that, we were able to get the film financed. And Nikisa Cooper, it was like Sisyphus rolling the rock uphill for 3 years to get the money for this film. And so we were finally able to shoot the feature in 2009 and premiered at Sundance in 2011, and here we are now. So I wrote Pariah when I was going through my own coming out process, and it's funny because it wasn't a film originally that I was going to write. I was having a tough time with my parents, and even within the queer community, I felt like I didn't quite fit in because I wasn't hard enough, I wasn't soft enough, I was somewhere in between. And so, Alike's struggle of gender identity is something that I struggled with, and also her struggle, realizing that her spirituality and her sexuality aren't mutually exclusive was something that I struggled with. And so I wrote this film in the midst of that process, and it was a cathartic experience in that way. And I just really wanted to tell a story about identity. At the end of the day, it's about not checking a box. We meet Alike, who, knows who she is in some ways, but doesn't have the courage yet to be that. And it's set in contemporary Brooklyn, and she's caught in this tug of war between her best friend, who wants her to be one thing that's not her personality, and her mother, who wants her to be another. And neither of those things is her. So it's about a young woman finding herself as an artist and finding herself as a person.
Now go get changed. Dad, what's wrong with this outfit?
Nothing.
See? I'm not gonna argue with you.
Do what she says.
Dad.
Ungawa.
And put on a skirt. My manager sent me the script, and I just was blown away by it. It was such a beautifully written script and such a powerful story, and I just thought it was so relevant. And the role of Audrey, I actually had a lot of sympathy for her. She just broke my heart. She was just such a sad, lonely, disconnected person. And, I didn't really see her like as a villain or a monster. I saw her as a misguided mother who was desperately trying to save her child from a lifestyle that she believed was detrimental to her daughter.
When Kim came in, she blew it away, so it wasn't even a discussion anymore. I mean, we had seen at that point, we'd seen a lot of Audreys, and everybody had come in, they kept giving me that stereotypical angry black mama thing, and it was kind of like, no, that's not Audrey, that's not what we're looking for. And Kim came in, and she had the loneliness, she had the vulnerability, and I believed her, like, every single second.
I got a chance to really sink my teeth into really juicy material, like a well-rounded character, authentic, the writing was amazing, and the people were amazing, and I could have never imagined, all of the stuff that's happened. It's like, that was an already great cake, and everything else since has been like extra, extra awesome, tasty icing on an already great cake. So,
as a writer, like, you have a certain vision of your characters, like you think you know who they are and who they're gonna be, but Ada Pero really embodied Alike and just really surprised me with how selfless and unself-conscious she was. She was never afraid to go there. She trusted me completely and just really immersed herself in the world of the characters. And, her commitment was evident from just the rehearsals, because we don't do traditional rehearsals. We like to do exercises. So rather than line readings, I sent Ada Pero and Pernell Walker, who plays Laura, in costume to Dave & Buster's Times Square so they could see what it's like to be a lesbian woman in a straight environment. How do people look at you? How do people not look at you? And then the same exercise sent them in costume to a lesbian club so they could feel what it's like to be in that environment. And they fell right into their roles.